What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Let me know how are you celebrating your Christmas. And Erling Haaland, Liverpool are the obvious buyers for Erling Haaland according to a German journalist, and many experts are saying that Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain are the two clubs most likely to sign Erling Haaland, but of course Manchester City are interested in him as well. Sky Deutschland has a transfer expert, his name is Mark Bachrembeck, and he says that the only two sides with green ticks that could sign Erling Haaland are Liverpool and PSG, but that the deal could be key on what happens elsewhere. Haaland remains the second choice candidate according to the journalist for both Manchester City and Real Madrid, who wanted to sign, of course, Harry Kane, Man City wanted to sign, and Kylian Mbappe is who Real Madrid wanted to sign. So if Mbappe moves to Real Madrid, then Paris Saint-Germain could join the race to buy Erling Haaland, but if I was Erling Haaland, I would move to Liverpool over PSG. And we know that Erling Haaland's father used to play for Manchester City, so that there is an obvious link there. I think that Erling Haaland's father wouldn't want Erling Haaland to go to Manchester United, so we can rule them out. Chelsea already bought Romelu Lukaku, and Tottenham, I don't think that's a club that Erling Haaland would want to play for because they are not in the Champions League. And according to Bachrembeck, a transfer to Liverpool makes a lot of sense. He says that Liverpool are in the market for another number 9. Haaland would be considerably cheaper in the summer than his value because he has a release clause of £65 million kicking in the summer. Liverpool don't spend big on too many players, but when it's the kind of player that improves the starting 11, Liverpool spend big. We spent almost £70 million on Alisson, and look how much he improved Liverpool. We spent £75 million on Van Dijk. Many ridiculed that transfer fee at the time, and look how much Van Dijk improved Liverpool. We made it to 2 Champions League finals, we almost won 2 Premier League titles, we won 1, and we should have won another if it wasn't for Man City winning like 14 games in a row at the end of the season. And also we signed Fabinho, he improved our starting 11 a lot, and Mo Salah and other players. So Liverpool sign players for big money when it improves the first team, and I think it's pretty obvious that Haaland would improve Liverpool by a lot signing him, and he could solve Liverpool's transfer issue, striker issue. Firmino is in and out of the side, Jota is brilliant, but he is not really an out-and-out striker, and we need a young, fresh attacker who would really rejuvenate and revitalize Liverpool's attacking force. And also, Erling Haaland is made for the Premier League. He's aggressive, he's physical, he's strong, he's fast, he's tall, he's muscular, and he loves the ferocious pace of the Premier League. And if you watch him play, it's a pretty obvious that he would be perfect in the Premier League. And it's not the transfer fee of Erling Haaland, but the wages that will be the most difficult aspect of the deal, and Salah's contract negotiations would be very, very crucial, even pivotal to the Haaland deal as well, because if Salah gets 350 or 400,000 pounds per week wages, then Liverpool can't really go above that when negotiating with Erling Haaland. I don't think Salah would be too happy if Haaland marches in at the door. As big of a player Haaland is, I don't think he's on the level of Mo Salah yet. If Liverpool offer bigger wages to Haaland, then Salah might get upset. So Liverpool have to negotiate very smartly with Mo Salah. And also there is a lot of talk in the newspapers yesterday and today that Salah is demanding Liverpool to sign Erling Haaland. And that's when, if Liverpool sign Erling Haaland, that's when Salah will sign a contract extension as well. And of course, if Mbappe leaves to Real Madrid, then Paris Saint-Germain could be interested in Haaland as well. And Haaland is scoring goals for fun. He has 13 goals, and he is just an absolute machine. He actually has more goals than games in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga, which is just a ridiculous record if you think about it. The only downside of signing Erling Haaland is dealing with his agent Mino Raiola, but I think after the transfer would be done, we can forget about that. And I think the upside of signing Erling Haaland overweighs the downside of dealing with Mino Raiola, because you only have to deal with him for the transfer negotiations, and after that I think for years it won't bother Liverpool. And I don't think Jurgen Klopp would sign somebody who would bring bad vibes to the football club, and I think Erling Haaland would fit in at Liverpool. He has the right attitude, he is a very confident guy. And Mino Raiola recently gave an interview where he spoke about his agent, his player, Erling Haaland, the player that he represents as an agent, and he said, could Haaland wait for Barcelona to sort out their finances? Haaland can wait for anybody. We will look for the best option for him, and I can't rule out another year at Borussia Dortmund. Theoretically, that's still possible, but I think in practical terms, I don't think Haaland would want to stay at Dortmund for another season, because they are pretty much out of the title race, and the title race became a one-horse race with Bayern Munich just running away with it. And Haaland was visibly angry and frustrated against Hertha Berlin, where Dortmund lost 3-2, and Hertha even could have scored more goals. And Hertha Berlin are fighting against relegation in the Bundesliga. They are not even a decent side, and they created so many chances against Dortmund. So Haaland, I'm sure, will move on in the summer. Raiola also said in a year or two Barcelona will be back. They have the power to find great economic agreements, great sponsorship deals. They will only need a year or two to get back to their level. But I don't think Raiola mentioning Barcelona is anything particularly interesting, because he was actually asked about could Barcelona sign Erling Haaland if they sort out their financial problems, and also Mino Raiola will name drop as many clubs as possible to drive up interest in Erling Haaland, because the more clubs are interested in Haaland, the better it is for Haaland and Raiola, because the higher wages he can ask, because clubs will try to outbid each other. And I'm not sure Jurgen Klopp would want to deal with Mino Raiola again after what Raiola said about Jurgen Klopp, and he basically said some very nasty things, which I will tell you guys in a second. But the thing is that Jurgen Klopp is not sitting down with agents to deal and to negotiate with transfers. He's the manager of Liverpool, he's not the transfer negotiator. So Jurgen Klopp will only have to coach Haaland on the training pitch and use him in games and not deal with Mino Raiola. But when Mario Balotelli was still represented by Raiola, and Balotelli was basically kicked out of Liverpool, Raiola unleashed an attack on Jurgen Klopp at the time. He said, at the end of the day, the Liverpool directors admitted that Jurgen Klopp was unfair. I won't judge him as a coach, even if for me he isn't a great tactician. I don't think he realized we were talking about a person. Mario was exemplary, he never complained even when training alone. It's not enough to say Klopp was unfair, he was a piece of shit. Wow, that was what Raiola said about Jurgen Klopp at the time. And I don't think Mario Balotelli behaved impeccably. His attitude on the training page was never good enough, and he was never good enough for Liverpool. I think he scored one Premier League goal in 16 games, if I remember correctly. I just checked his stats the other day when I saw Balotelli playing for Turkish side Adana Demirspor. I think that's one. I'm sure most of you guys have never even heard of that club before Balotelli signed for them, or even now. And they just went up to 4th place in the Turkish league, but that's another topic. But I think that Jurgen Klopp will harbor some resentment towards Raiola. But as I said, I think signing Erling Haaland far outweighs the positives, far outweighs the negative of dealing with Raiola. So let me know, what do you think about this topic of Erling Haaland potentially signing for Liverpool? I would absolutely love him at Liverpool. I think he would be perfect for Jurgen Klopp's gegenpress, Jurgen Klopp's counter-pressing tactic and playing style. But I think there will be a lot of clubs throwing a lot of money at Haaland. The big question is, can Liverpool match the wages that Haaland demands, and can Liverpool match the wages of PSG or Man City? We obviously know the answer to that, and that is no. Will Haaland just go to the highest bidder? That's the big question. Or will he look at the footballing side and see the best project for him? And I absolutely love that Liverpool fans spammed replies on Manchester United's tweet saying post your favorite moment of watching Manchester United play this season. And of course, lots of Liverpool fans sent the Man United Liverpool 0-5 games screenshots, or Sir Alex Ferguson absolutely fuming in the stands, or the fans leaving early. Jurgen Klopp making fans leave early was my favorite tweet by a Liverpool fan in reply to that. And also Pep Yinders revealed that he wants to manage a top club one day, but he also said that we are in the middle of this project at Liverpool, this beautiful project, and after that I will decide, but definitely that's the plan. Could Pep Yinders become a Liverpool manager after Jurgen Klopp leaves? That's up to the debate, and that's up to the debate whether he would be good enough. He doesn't have the charisma of Jurgen Klopp, but he certainly is a very smart tactician, and I think he would do well at the top club, but thankfully it's still another 3 years until Jurgen Klopp leaves, so we shall wait and see what happens with Yinders. But I really love him as an assistant manager, and tonight Liverpool play Leicester City in the League Cup. I think we will see a much changed Liverpool side, but Liverpool will still be competitive, and hopefully we can get to the semi-finals of the League Cup. So come on Liverpool, let's do this. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, see you later, goodbye.